What's up, everyone? So today we're going to go through something, and it's going to be my top 5 pops that make no sense and probably shouldn't have been made for 2018. And yes, I do own every single one of these pops. So, without further ado, I'm going to give an or dishonorable mention, shall I say, to that 10-inch Scrooge McDuck, which makes absolutely no sense to make. It was a Target exclusive, and they already made the regular normal sized pop that was a con exclusive, so I felt like there was no reason to make a 10-inch pop of him at all, and it shouldn't have been made. But let's get on with number 5. And for number 5, I'm gonna go with this Pickle Rick that's translucent. So in Rick and Morty, Rick turns himself into a pickle, and not at any point in that episode does he ever turn invisible or translucent or see-through of any kind. So I felt like this pop was just made just to make it, hoping people would buy it because it's Rick and Morty and it's a very popular show and a very popular brand. And I did buy it, obviously. I'm a huge Rick and Morty fan, so I did buy it. It's still very cool, but in my opinion makes no sense whatsoever, and probably Funko could have not made it, but they made it. So, not the worst, though, in my opinion, of things that don't make sense. Number 4 would be this glow-in-the-dark Twinkie the Kid. So, I didn't grow up with the Twinkie commercials, so I don't know if maybe there was some commercial where he did glow in the dark for some reason, but from what I know, Twinkies, you eat them, they're a snack, they're solid, they don't glow in the dark at all. So it kind of makes no sense that they would make a Target exclusive glow in the dark and then have a Chase glow in the dark variant. It just makes absolutely no sense, and they probably could have just stuck with the regular version of Twinkie the Kid with the Chase version, but I felt like Funko knew that it was an ad icon. It would obviously sell. People would go crazy for it, go nuts for it, and that's the end of the story. That Funko just knew that people would go nuts for it, and that's exactly what happened. You've heard the stories and all the bad things that happened over this pop. So yeah, definitely a pop that I feel like shouldn't have been made for 2018, and doesn't make any sense at all. But it was made, and that was my number 4. For number 3, and for me, being a Dragon Ball Z fan, Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball fan, this one definitely, in my opinion, makes no sense at all either. And it would be making these pops chrome. Yes, they go Super Saiyan. Yes, they have their aura, their ki that's around them that glows. But they don't ever turn this color. And I felt like Funko just knew that it's Dragon Ball. We are all crazy for Dragon Ball Z. All of us Dragon Ball Z fanboys, Dragon Ball Super, all of us, we're all psycho for it. We all love this stuff. We eat it like a fat kid loves cake. So they knew that if they would make this thing chrome, made it exclusive to Toy Tokyo, people would go nuts for it. And sure enough, it's exactly what happened. People went nuts for this. The metallic ones, where their hair is metallic and stuff like that, that makes sense to me. But to make them chrome definitely makes no sense to me. They never look like this. I mean, from my knowledge, I've been watching Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super. I mean, I've been watching all this stuff since I was in 4th grade. So I've forgotten an episode where they look like this, but to my knowledge, they have never looked like this. So it's definitely something that I feel like Funko could have avoided and not needed to make, but they just decided Chrome sells really well. We're gonna make the most popular, characters from the most popular series that sell very well and make them Chrome, and people will go nuts for it. And sure enough, it did. So that was my number 3. My number 2 is also another Dragon Ball pop that makes absolutely no sense, but of course, I'm a Dragon Ball fanboy. What do you want me to do? and it's making the flocked Beerus. He's a hairless cat for one. So making him flocked, in my opinion, makes absolutely 100% just that didn't need to be made. But I feel like it's Beerus. It's a popular character from the new Dragon Ball Super. He's pretty much a main character of the new characters with him and Whis, and then obviously you have Jiren, which is the antagonist, and then you had the other ones like Zamasu and Rose Goku along the series. But making this Beerus flocked when he's a hairless cat in the first place absolutely makes no sense at all. Nowhere in the series do they say he's fluffy. He doesn't look furry at all. You can obviously tell he is a bald cat. So I feel like Funimation said, "Hey Funko, let's make. We have all these extra Beeruses still in our warehouse or something, or something," and they were just like, "Let's make it flocked." And they were like, Funko was like, "Yeah, let's do it. They'll sell like hotcakes." And sure enough, Funimation made 10,000 of them, sold out within that day. So yeah, one, I feel like that didn't need to be made at all. That could have been easily skipped, but it was made anyways. And coming in at number one is, I'm pretty sure a lot of people might agree, I mean, maybe you guys don't, is making this Jeffrey as Iron Man pop, which absolutely makes no sense. It is ugly, but it is what it is. I mean, they just obviously took the Iron Man body, took the Jeffrey head. Maybe they had a lot of extras somewhere, hiding somewhere, and they just said, "Hey, let's put an Iron Man and a Jeffrey and plop them together, and guess what? People will want it." And that's exactly what happened. People bought it. It makes no sense to me at all. It has nothing to do with anything, obviously. I guess maybe they were trying to represent something. Maybe because Toys R Us went out of business, they were trying to say Jeffrey was gonna like rise from the ashes or something, like Robert Downey Jr. Came from the ashes as Iron Man, and then came this thing. I don't know what the whole point of this was, but I bought it nonetheless because it was Jeffrey. It's ugly, makes no sense, and I feel like it could have 100% been avoided and didn't need to be made at all. But it was made and it sold out very fast. And so yeah, here it is. This is what they made. But yeah, so that was my top 5 pops of 2018 that to me made no sense and could have been avoided and didn't need to be made at all. And honestly, just people still bought most of this. Of these 5, 4 of them people went nuts over and bought them. Yeah. So let me know down in the comments if you thought there was a pop that maybe should have been on this list that made absolutely no sense, but Funko made it anyways. Maybe it's some glow in the dark that I missed, or some other pop that was flocked that made no sense at all either. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.